Hello, everybody. It's Ed. This is Let's Cook It, and it is Saturday, April 23rd. Okay, so yesterday I tried to make a video, but I wasn't very successful at it. My allergies were really acting up yesterday. The pollen count was off the charts, I could tell. And as you could probably tell right now, I'm still a little bit stuffy. So I did make a recipe yesterday. I just didn't feel good enough to get it on video. I kept messing things up, so I just scrapped the whole thing. All right, but today I am going to make a video, and I saw this recipe a while back and I actually had forgotten about it. I was going through my phone, looking through pictures, and I remember I screenshotted this recipe. So I thought, well, that sounds pretty good. It looks like it's a pretty simple recipe, so I'm going to make it. Now, what this is called is a 1930s layered dinner. And I suppose it was something that maybe someone had just put together because they had the ingredients and, just something really quick. So what it consists of is sliced potatoes, chopped celery, ground beef, sliced onions, sliced green peppers, and some canned tomatoes. So I'm going to put the camera down here on the dish so you can see how I put it together. And I think I probably prepared too much of the ingredients, so I can use the rest of the stuff that I have left over in something else, because I hope to do another video tomorrow. All right, so let's get started with this. Oh, and also after I get this dish prepared, I have a taste test of something that I saw at the store today. Okay, so here's the dish. And you do want to spray that with some cooking spray so it doesn't stick. So what the recipe calls for is just to layer some potatoes in the bottom of the dish. I used the food processor on these potatoes to get them kind of thin so they would cook a little easier. This recipe says it is going to bake at 325 degrees for 2 hours. I thought that was excessive, but with the vegetables being raw, that's probably something that you needed to do is cook it for 2 hours. Now, when I was watching the video on this, they were putting everything in there just really nice, and the potatoes were really uniform. But as you can see, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to put them in there. I'm not going to lay them out like a deck of cards and stack them on top of each other because I just don't think you'll have to. And they also mentioned that this dish has to be seasoned pretty heavily with salt, pepper, or whatever you've got, because really everything in the recipe is going to be pretty bland if you don't put some seasoning on there. Now that looks like enough potatoes, maybe just a few more. Okay. That looks pretty good, I think. Now you're going to take the celery, and I don't know if I want to use the whole thing, but just kind of sprinkle it on there, I guess. I promise my hands are clean. I did wash them before I got started. So I hope everyone is having a really good Saturday. I went to the store earlier, and let me tell you what, it is absolutely beautiful outside here. The sun is shining, and it is going to be warm today, which I love. All right, so now it says to take some ground beef and just kind of break it up, put it on top of this mixture here. It said 2 cups of ground beef, but I think I'll just use the whole thing. I actually did open 2 pounds of ground beef. It was on sale, so I got 2 of them. And I wasn't sure how much it would really take. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll use both of them. We'll see what it looks like once I get this 1 pound of ground beef on there. I suppose if you wanted to use like ground turkey, ground sausage, ground chicken, you could probably do that. I think it would work just as well as ground beef. This is probably just something that, maybe ground beef was a really cheap thing to get in the 1930s. So maybe that's just what, a lot of people would just use ground meat. Okay. I'm going to wash my hands. So what I'm going to do now is take some of this steak seasoning. And as I mentioned, the recipe said that you do need to season it pretty heavily because it is going to be really bland. That looks pretty good, I think. Now, take some of these onions, which I also did in the food processor. Sprinkle them on top. That looks pretty good. The green pepper. Can you believe the dogs are not romping around and barking? Because they usually do that when I make a video. Okay, now we're going to put the canned tomatoes on there. This recipe also called for 2 cups of that. I just opened up 2 cans of tomatoes, and I did drain them because I noticed at the recipe, the video that I watched, the bottom had a lot of juice in it, and I don't know if that would be really good. So I did save the juice, and I might put just a little bit on here because I know that as this cooks, the juice is going to come out of these tomatoes. If you heard that little ding, that was the little oven going off. I do have that preheated. I'm not going to use the big oven for this because I don't want to get the kitchen all heated up just for this one dish here. And I'm just going to dump that on there. As I said, I did save some of the juice from the tomatoes. I think I will add just a little bit. Because this does not say to cover the dish as you bake it. So it might be something you might want to add the juice. I don't know. The recipe didn't really say. Now I'm going to add some more of this steak seasoning to the top. I know that looks like a lot, and you know what? It probably is, but I really want this to be seasoned very well. So, all right, so that's been put together. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way here so I can show you what I found at the store today that I want to try. So there's that little casserole I put together. All right, so when I was at the store today, I went up to Kroger and I was getting all this stuff, and I just happened to be walking by the pop display, and something caught my eye. And there's this new pop out from Mountain Dew. They're always putting out new flavors, and so I always notice it. I'm not a big Mountain Dew fan, so I don't really buy it. There are a few flavors that I've tried over the years that I really did like. One of them is the Pitch Black, which was out several years ago, quite a long time ago, actually. It was grape. I really liked it. Of course, they don't make it anymore, and they don't come out with anything like that. I wish that is one that they would bring back because I really did like it. So what I found today, I saw it in a 12-pack, and I wasn't going to buy a whole 12-pack because I didn't know if I would like it. So I looked in the refrigerated soda section, and of course I did find what I was looking for. So this is Mountain Dew Flamin Hot with a blast of heat and citrus. There it is right there. Now, I see a picture of a lime. I don't know. That's about it. So, I haven't tried this until right now, so I'm going to open it up, take a taste of this, and let you guys know what I think. Well, I don't mind it. It does have a really good taste, and it is kind of spicy, but it's not hot. I wouldn't say this is flaming hot at all. I am going to drink it because I bought it. I don't want to waste the money. I do like it. I don't know if this is something that I would buy just to have, but I think it's a pretty good flavor, and I recommend you try it if you like flaming hot stuff, and it's not flaming hot at all. Now, I don't know if they have a diet version. This isn't sugar-free. Ooh, 74 grams of carbs. Okay. So that's definitely not low carb. All right, everybody. I've got this dish put together. I'm going to put it in that little oven at 350 degrees, and I'll be back in 2 hours. And hopefully this dish is going to turn out pretty good. We'll cut into it. We see what we think. All right, everybody. I will see you in just a little bit, in a couple hours. This is Ed. Oh, also, this is just going to be a part 1 video because I'm just going to stop this, upload it, and then I will upload part 2 after the dish comes out of the oven. All right, everybody. I'll see you in a couple hours. This is Ed. This is Let's Cook It. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell, and let me know what you think of the video. See you in a little bit. Take care.